Hi guys! So today I'm going to do a story time about the time that I had my drink spiked. Now, at this time in my life, I think I was about 17 years old, definitely not older than that. Now, at that point, obviously, I was very into my schoolwork and not into the whole clubbing scene or anything like that. So at this particular instance, my friend, a good friend of mine at the time, had hit me up and basically said, I am going here and you're coming. So little old me said, yeah, I'll be there. So I came over to her house to get ready there, and we had gotten dressed and we ordered a cab. Now, by the time the cab got there, she wasn't ready yet. So we were rushing to get her ready, and finally we ran out of the house. We left everything behind and just got in the car because it was late. And we got there, and first of all, she forgot her ID. So this isn't a 21 and over club, and I think this was an 18 and over club, but we weren't even 18 at the time. And I think the way we were getting in was like she knew somebody who knew somebody, so through a connection. So we're standing by the door, and he asked for IDs. I take mine out, show it to him, and he's like, go ahead. And I turn around, and she's standing there like a deer in headlights, like, huh? And she's looking all over, and she's like, shit, I forgot my wallet at home. And I'm like, oh crap. Now, let me backtrack a little bit. Originally, she had told me, it's all girls, just me and you, girls' night out, we're paying for our own drinks, no guys, we're both single, let's have some fun. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I had, worked a full week, had my paycheck, and I was ready to blow it on some drinks. So then I realized when she had said that little old me forgot her wallet as well. So both of us, the only thing we have on us is our IDs. Mind you, I had this little phone case with a wallet thing. That's where I kept my ID. So I didn't even realize that I left my actual wallet at her house until she said that. So the security guard wouldn't budge, and basically she had to call her mother to go through her stuff, find her ID or passport or whatever, and text her a picture. We were lucky enough that the guy looked at the picture, saw her date of birth, and was like, okay, old enough, go through. So we're finally in there. Everything's peachy. It was supposed to be just me and her at a little table in the back. Gonna have some fun. And so we get there. We're sitting down. It's a little quiet still. Not everybody had packed in. It wasn't that busy. And we decide to get our first drinks. But then we're like, hey, we can't. Yeah, that's the problem. We don't have money with us either because that was in her wallet that we left at her house. So now we're without money, we're without drinks, and we're at this place, and we can't even afford a cab back home at the end of the night. So we were going to call, a friend to come pick us up and whatever. So all of a sudden, she sees this guy that she knew from, across the club, all the way at the other end. And probably maybe a couple of years older than us. So I was like, sure, I'll come to meet him, because she was like, go say hi. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm a friendly person. I have nothing against him. I don't know him. I was gonna come introduce myself. So, sure. So we come to the table, and let me tell you, this guy is there with his father. His father being 50 or 60 years old. The oldest person possibly in that whole entire place. I was a little awkward and creeped out. I was like, okay then. And she decides that she's gonna stay at the table. Didn't run it by me, just we're staying here. And I'm like, okay. I guess she saw the 3 bottles of vodka they had on their table and thought, hey, good idea. So she tells me on the side, we'll stay at the table because I want to drink, and we have no kind of way out. So essentially, she was gonna use them for drinks. And I didn't exactly try to talk her out of it, but at the same time, I wasn't really going to drink regardless because I wanted to pay for my own drinks, but whatever. And I didn't really trust it. Mind you, I was naive. I was 17 years old. I didn't know anything about the date rape drugs or anything like that. English, please. Or anything like that. So basically, she tells me that another friend of hers that I haven't met yet, another girl, was supposed to come for a girls' night out. And I'm like, sure, the more the merrier. Let them come. So this guy lines up 4 shots. One for him, one for his dad, one for me, and one for my friend, whose name I'm not going to disclose, obviously, for personal reasons. And she tells me that she got a text and that she'll be right back. So I'm standing at the table and I look away for maybe like 2 minutes because we're discussing the fact she's gonna go outside and she's gonna smoke a cigarette with this new girl and she'll be right back. So I'm like, okay. I'm left inside this club all alone with this guy that I barely know and his father with 4 shots lined up. So I'm like, okay, I mustered it up and I was like, I'm gonna be fine. In my head, I'm gonna do this. It's fine. She'll be right back. Meanwhile, I'm like totally scared. It's the first time I'm ever doing this, out on my own, like petrified. And he tells me basically, I take the first shot with them, and then he tells me, have the second one. Go ahead. We'll just give her another one when she comes back. So everyone's drinking and like bottoms up. Everyone, shot after shot. So I'm like, whatever, peer pressure. I'm gonna do it too. So I take the second shot right after the first shot. So I'm sitting there, and literally within maybe 45 seconds, I start to feel really, really hot, but not the normal like drunk feeling hot, but like sick hot. Like I was starting to get nauseous and wanting to throw up, not because of the alcohol, but just like I felt sick, really, really, really sick. So maybe like a minute and a half later, she shows up with her friend and they come up to the side where we were staying. Now we're sitting all the way in the back, but where we're sitting, there's like a bar with a bartender. So everybody who's going to the bar to get drinks instead of the waitress would go to the back. But the side where we were sitting, besides for his table, that whole couch was kind of empty. So it's just me sitting there and my 2 girls in front. And this is like a minute and a half later, like I said, and I'm starting to get really blurred vision. Now, I wasn't warned about this. I was, again, naive, I guess very stupid, you can call me. I didn't realize exactly what's going on, and I thought I, blamed it all on the alcohol. I'm like, okay, so maybe this is what you're supposed to feel like when you're tipsy or drunk. But it's surprisingly getting worse and worse. And at this point, I am having, like, not double vision, but quadruple vision. Like, I can't see anything. Next thing I know, I'm being slapped awake and I'm dripping wet. So basically what happened, what my friend basically told me afterwards, was I'm talking to them, and all of a sudden I just slump back on that couch and pass the F out. Now, the bartender seeing this rushes over with a bottle of water, sprays me down, and like slaps me awake. And next thing I remember from that point on was I looked at my friends and I'm like, girl, I'm going to throw up right now. So, like right now. And the bathroom was all the way on the other side of the club. And at this point, the club, like the dance floor, is packed out and there's no way to like get to there in a straight line. So I grab her hand and we're like pushed through the crowd and I'm holding it in the best I can. And as we step foot into the bathroom, I come to realize that the cleaning lady actually just finished cleaning up the bathroom stalls and she was finishing up the second sink because there was 2 sinks lined up there. And when we walk into the bathroom, both stalls, only 2 bathroom doors, are taken up. So there's no available space, but I know it's coming. So I look at my friend and I look at the cleaning lady and I look at my friend again and I look at the cleaning lady again and I look at her and I go, I'm so sorry. I push her to the side and I proceed to vomit profusely all over the sink, the faucet, the mirror in front of me, and basically the floor around it. It was fucking gross, let me tell you. All I knew from that point on was I fucked up. Like, she looks at me like, I am going to kill you. I do not get paid enough for this. And I still feel so guilty for that. I mean, I couldn't help it, but I feel so bad for her. So we end up going back to where we were seated. And I still don't know what exactly caused me to do this, because obviously you're not going to get drunk off of 2 shots. And I knew this couldn't exactly be normal. So I tell my friend that I no longer want to drink with these people and I really don't feel well and I want to go home. So we end up going back to her place. I don't remember exactly how. It's been many, many years since then. I think either a friend of us drove us back or maybe we borrowed money from her friend and took a cab, but I'm not sure. So I get back to her place, grab my MetroCard, had nobody to pick me up, take the train all the way home, and proceed to just pass out as soon as I stepped foot. But I just remember feeling sick all the way till I got home. Now, I get home into my bed, and the next morning when I wake up, I just feel like almost hungover, but not. Like, there's still reminiscence of what happened to me last night. So I felt really, really sick. And I thought to myself, like, this isn't normal. So I proceeded to make a doctor's appointment, like an emergency walk-in, and I come in and I had my blood tested. And within the next, I would say, week, somewhere within that time period, I get a call back to go into the doctor's office. So she proceeds to tell me that basically I had some kind of date rape drug in my drink, but it was a double dose because at the level that it showed in my blood after like 24 hours where I came in to get my blood tested, it was like a deadly amount. And I basically explained to her how I'd thrown up right after I passed out, and she basically said if you hadn't thrown up, you would have died, girl. Like, that would have been it. Like, I came to the realization that this asshole decided to date rape me and my friend. Mind you, he's also a minor, so I am pretty sure, since it was his dad pouring the shots, that it was his father's idea. And that creeps me out even more. I don't know this kid's name. I never, like, pressed any charges. Like, I never, like, even contacted him about it because I don't know the kid. But, like, remembering this now, I'm just like, how stupid and, like, unprotected, like, was I? How did I think that, you know, I was so trusting of somebody that I don't know. And mind you, I'm never going to do it again. Never have done it again. Never will do it again. Always keep an eye on all my drinks whenever I go out, no matter where I am. And I suggest everybody does the same thing. Never leave your drink unattended. Don't do the same stupid mistake as me. I hope you guys stay safe. Hugs and kisses. Mwah. Bye.